Like the epitome of cool, dude. Like, you are so cool, man.
Shout out, bro.
YangaChief is here. Welcome to this podcast and chill. My name is Meg G. Thank you for joining us. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Thank you for coming, dude.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. Dope show. Dope show. Yeah. You know, I'm happy. I'm finally here.
Let's talk about this song, dude. This song is huge right now, dude. It's causing flames, dude. And I was telling you, I don't know what you're saying, but it sounds dope.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, when I did it, I thought, man, people aren't gonna understand what I'm saying, you know. But I realized, like, you know, there's enough people that have a gist of like what I'm talking about, you know. And I think moving forward, like, I'm gonna keep it like that, you know, and just speak what I speak.
You hardly rap in Xhosa, ne?
Yeah, I like rapping in Nguni, which is like Zulu and a bit of Xhosa, and sometimes also put in some Tswana, you know, in a hook. It's kind of easier and stuff. But I find it challenging to actually rap in Xhosa in a way that is still like entertaining and not like a meeting, you know.
Let me get you a drink.
So.
What do you mean a meeting, dog?
Yeah, like, I mean, you know, Xhosa is a very strict language.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds serious, you know. But it's actually been like very fulfilling to be able to pull off that kind of sound.
Yeah.
And have people like actually just enjoy it and vibe with it, you know.
Who did you work with production-wise?
Production-wise, I did what I did when I was still coming up. I found the beat online for Boom Shakalaka.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I went back to that because I usually do that because, like, I never really find what I'm looking for. And I find it easier to find that online.
You found this beat online?
Yeah.
No way.
I found it online, and then, you know, the process is so simple also. It's just a PayPal situation. You pay for the exclusive rights and you get the SIP same time and you mix and you're good to go.
Wow, so you don't even know who did this track, you know?
Nah, it's I know that it's a Nigerian dude, like based in like the States.
Yeah.
Fuck,
I didn't know you could do that, dog. Hey,
That's also the same situation.
Yeah. How many other rappers are doing like what you doing now?
I know that's what Frank Casino does.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes sense. No wonder the beats have that international kind of vibe to them, you know?
Yeah, I mean, dude, you know, the way the culture is set up right now, you can't even, like, South African producers are also trying to make that type of sound, you know? And me, I'm pretty... I'm strict with beats, man. Like, I can't even write to something that's kind of like nice or whatever. It's just got to take me somewhere else immediately, and then I can jump on.
All right, cool. Before we get into all the nice stuff, let's start from the beginning, man. Because when I met you, dude, I met you as a videographer.
Yeah.
You actually meant to shoot a couple of videos for me.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I see you, here you are on TV with egg hair. I'm like, what the fuck? Yanga knows how to rap.
I really wish it was that easy. Jeez, it was so hard to do that, to switch over and cross over. But the funny thing was that I actually got into videos trying to get into music, like, because I left Queenstown as a musician, budding musician.
Yeah.
So, you know, I came to Joburg and I was in UJ, and like in class there were like 100 rappers, bro. Oh my God.
Nothing's changed.
It was like, I was like, no way, it's going to take too long, you know. And I had just a passion for entertainment. So, like, for me, like, coming up from back home, like, I just wanted to be in the TV, you know, no matter how I was doing it, whether I'm directing or acting or presenting.
Young, I can't picture you acting, bro.
I was actually a pretty lethal drama student.
No way.
Since primary school, you know, I always stole the lead roles. I was a guy in the youngest class, but like the lead role in the play, you know, like white parents would come like to watch me, bro. For real. My white friends be like, my mom saw you and heard about you, and like the whole family is coming to see you. They were there yesterday, they're coming again, you know.
You're a mini Denzel, right?
Yeah. I've got that type of talent, like just in front of the camera vibes. That's my thing, you know. Yeah.
So tell me about you growing up in Eastern Cape. How was that like?
It was cool. I went to like a boys' school, like all my life. So
you never got to see the mummies?
Nah, and it was like from grade 1 to matric. It was the same school.
What?
So, but like, fortunately, like our sister school was like a walking distance, like right across the road. And in high school, I did art. So they only had art classes in the girls' school. So we'd go there, like, you know, when it was art class. So sometimes, like, I was so bad at waking up. My mom used to just get tired of that. And she'd just leave me sometimes. And I'd wake up at like 9:30. And school starts at like 7:30. So I'd look at my timetable and see the art classes after break. So, you know, the homies would just find me in the art class. And I'd start my day from there, you know.
So because you've got such an art background, it was easy, I'm sure, for you to tell your mom that, hey, listen, I want to pursue being a rapper.
I never ever told her that. Actually, I've never brought that up with her. I just kind of told her, yo, there's a song I made, and etc. etc. And actually, I think the first time we really spoke about my music was her hearing from like her friends, and like, because she's a teacher also, so like other students were like,
my mom's also a teacher.
Mama Yanga, you know. So that's how she kind of really found out that actually maybe this music thing is a serious thing. But I was supposed to study audiovisual film at UJ, and that's what I went to do. It's just that when I came to Joburg initially, and I ended up staying for like 12, 13 years, or 14, I don't know. But I came on a 2-week holiday because me and my brother are like 9 months apart, you know. I'm like 2 months premature, so it was supposed to be like 11, you know. I guess like I was my brother's celebration. They were like, we have a firstborn son. You know. So anyway, so she was like, nah, she can't afford to pay for both of our like studies, right? So she was like, and then I was like, okay, no, that's cool. Let me wait for this guy to finish. In the back of my mind, I know this dude is not gonna finish in record time. Of the stories I've heard of his first year,
he's a rock star.
Like that nigga started smoking and everything, dog. I'm like, no ways, he's never gonna finish, actually, ever. But I was like, okay, cool, let me go to Joburg for a holiday, you know, and then I'll be able to come back and see what else I want to do in my gap year, you know.
Oh, so you took a gap year?
It was supposed to be a gap year. And then I got to Joburg in this 2 weeks. And on day one, I put my bags down in Midrand. My aunt was staying there. And then I went to UJ, met up with the homies, and the homies were registering and everything. So we're standing in the queue, and I'm like, what queue is that one there? You know? They're like, no, that's NEFSAS, you know. If you've qualified and you've been accepted, everything, and you just don't have the funds to pay, then you can hit them up. Same time, got all my paperwork, stood in that line, and I got accepted, and like they were paying for my fees.
Wow, audiovisual.
They were paying for my fees. Needless to say, like I didn't have a place to stay because I went straight onto the waiting list for res. I only got into that like the following year. So that whole year I stayed with that friend that I went to see. Like,
your brother didn't make space for you?
My brother was in Durban. You know? So I stayed with that friend of mine, and funny thing, like every time like the landlord came, you know, just to check on the house and whatever, I'd have to pack away this mattress, you know, get dressed, you know, and then get my bag and stand in the corridor. And when he walked in, every time be like, come on, guys, every day you're late, man. I'm leaving you guys now. Out, gone.
Hey, being late to God is the story of your life, eh?
Yeah. It works both ways.
Oh, dude, who is this friend? Are you guys still close to him?
Yeah, his name is Thando Matutu. I used to call him Aaron Major because I was a rugby player, and he was also a great like rugby player. So he's still around, man. He stays in Melville. I don't really see him much, but we talk.
So that year, when you're staying with him, are you still cooking up some music in the kitchen, or
I was just
studies? Huh?
I was focused on studies, and like I was really listening to like SA hip hop a lot. Like
who was coming up at that time?
Jabba was huge. Squatter Camp was huge. Kabelo was huge. Dukes was enormous at the time. I think he was like number one at the time, dog. Momulemi also, like that's the type of So I used to listen to like all of that music, and like we all like literally like played that every single day, bro. So now, how long did you do your course for? I did 2 years, because in the second year I ran into Slikour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At the school, at the varsity.
At the varsity. What happened was I had a friend who was on SRC, because I was in a day house, whatever. And I guess like I wasn't really friends with like everybody, but like I was friends with the right guys. And the funny thing is, I became like an HK, like a haka, which is like a prefect of the first years. And like, and then when they said, okay, and the next haka is Yanga. Everyone was like, who's that? Woo. I was like, yeah, niggas, now you know me. You know what I'm saying? But the following year, so I met a girl through there who was part of SRC. So the following year, she asked me to apply for SRC, and I got into SRC. So we managed the entertainment portfolio. It was me and Bonang actually that were managing that portfolio.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So we did like a Valentine's auction, celebrity auction situation, right? And then she brought Slikour because she knew Slikour at the time.
I think they were dating, eh?
It was like getting warm. You know, this was like just before she got onto live.
Yeah,
she was still doing like that SABC2 Manhattan's
stuff,
situation. So like she brought Slikour cool, and I think also Scoop was there, you know, as one of the guys when he still had long ass dreads or big hair. I don't know what was going on under that head, and then I approached him. I'm like, yo, man, you know, I'm a rapper, you know. And then he gave me the standard answer. It's like, oh, no, that's great. That's dope. You just go to the website, ventilation.coza, and then send me an email.
Yeah.
I think I sat in that dealer's Ndondon for like 2 hours, just staring at a blank page, trying to figure out how I'm going to get this guy to respond. Because I was already like trying to leave varsity at the time because we were doing just theory, you know.
And you wanted to do some practical stuff.
Yeah, and like second year we did the first day was a practical lesson. Yeah. And then the rest of the year, Chief, was theory again. So like I was ready to be out of there. And so I told Slikour, like, yo, he was still like fighting for quota for local music. Back then already. So I'm like, yo, man, I just see hip hop as like this bicycle. Everyone is just trying to ride it till the wheels fall off, you know. Let me help you repair this thing because I see you just trying to fix it, you know. I think that's what hit him. And I started shadowing him for.
So he took a liking of you, like from the get-go.
Yeah. And he never paid me that year. I was like literally, dude, I used to walk from like West Dean to Parkhurst.
Fuck me, no way, dude.
I used to walk.
Do you know how far that is, dude?
It depends. When you're walking, it's a bit easier, but like it's far.
Yeah.
So funny thing, I used to listen to like your coolies and stuff, like you know, walking there and back, you know. So
what were you walking to Parkhurst for?
That's where the office was
for Slikour.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it. So like I remember like I used to have money like for halfway through like the month, then the rest of the month I'd start working, and then you know. So that's actually also how I got into making my own music because I'd never recorded anything. So I would wait for them to leave and be like, nah, I'm gonna lock up now, I just need to finish up whatever. Then I'd end up staying the whole night and recording myself, like just watching YouTube videos how to record and whatever.
YouTube was around at that time?
Yeah, dog. It was around, bro. So yeah, man, that's what we did.
Like when you started, why did you choose hip hop? Because I remember like we pretty much came up the same time, same era. House was huge at the time. Yeah. You couldn't fuck with house, dog.
I hated house. I couldn't stand house, dog. You know why? Like in Queenstown we used to listen to a lot of Kwaito. That's why I was like a huge TKZ fan, right? Yeah. And we used to all like sing these songs together, you know, it would be like dope. And then house started coming through, and it started with like Pretoria house, like
with no vocals at the
I'm
time.
like, where are the vocals? How are we supposed to sing these songs? And everyone was just like, no, but I said, okay, it's a dope instrumental. Like, but we need someone to be rapping on these songs. You know, and then like that's why I used to like, I was just really turned off by house. Like every time it played, like I just got tired and I just wanted to sit down. I was like, you know, so you wouldn't really ever find me dancing to a house party. But like now there's a lot more singing to it, you know.
Yeah, it's evolved.
I actually quite like a couple house songs now. Yeah.
Which ones are you fucking with at the moment?
I like that this new one by what was number 2 on the Rams just now.
Black Coffee.
I like the Black Coffee one, the Drive one.
Oh, that's nice. Have you heard the vocals on that?
Yeah, that's dope.
Sick.
But I thought that was the dopest of the year until I heard this one of this dude called Shy Number.
Oh, yeah.
That's money.
No, that's for December.
That's money right there. It's for now. You know.
Okay, cool. So you meet up with Slikour. You've been shadowing him.
Yeah.
Now, at what point do you now grow to the next phase of YangaChief? You know?
It started with me resigning and pretty much losing everything because.
So you resigned with Slikour.
Yeah. So by the time I resigned, I'd been his longest serving employee. I'd done a good 6 years there, right? And so I was already just heavy into the videography thing.
Okay.
I shot all of Kwesta's videos. I directed a squatter camp video.
Oh yeah, I remember you showed me the one video you shot for Kwesta.
Yeah, Boom Shakalaka.
Boom Shakalaka. Yes.
Yeah.
You guys must check that out. That's vintage stuff, right?
So I shot that, and then after shooting that, actually, AKA saw that, and then he decided he wants me to shoot Control. So, and then I shot Control, but actually I'm getting ahead of myself because there was a big gap between Boom Shakalaka and Control, because what happened was that I tried to start my own production company, right? Young Legend Films. And then obviously music videos would never sustain a production company, right?
Yeah. It's not feasible.
Yeah. And also I became the go-to guy in the industry that would flip a 40K into an 80K.
That's why I came to you, because I didn't have budget, right?
But the problem is that when you cut the corners to make it like that, you the one that ends up getting cut. You understand? So what happened was that I lost business, and then the company was just struggling to survive. Even me, I was literally couch to couch, not knowing what the hell it is I'm doing. And then I just decided one day, you know what, I'm just gonna do what I came to Joburg for, and that's to make music. I'm just gonna focus on that, and I'm gonna put this film thing on the side. But and then Control came and I did that, and then All Eyes on Me came and I did that.
You did All Eyes on Me?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
And and then there was one point in 2012, right? I was a videographer and I just resigned. I didn't know what was going on with me. And then Kwesta went to Cape Town to shoot Boom Shakalaka, the video, right? And Slick and Smacks were okay, no, we'll bring Yanga also, and he will direct and whatever. The day came to go to Cape Town, and them niggas left me behind. They're nah, don't worry, we've got guys over there,
Yeah.
Came back, shot the video, and they came back. We looked at the video, and I was already nah, you know me.
Yeah.
And then, so we decided amongst ourselves, me, Kwesta, and Nota.
Yeah, Nota.
That we're gonna go back to Cape Town and we're gonna shoot it again. So that's the actual video that everybody knows.
Yeah.
And then, so in 2012, I think there was, in that December of that year, there were literally no gigs, dude. Because remember, Kwesta was co-signed by dudes, Bada Bing, right? And they were getting all the gigs. You understand? People were booking them because there's also this Kwesta in the stable. Let's book these dudes.
And at that time, you gotta let people know that hip hop wasn't really paying that much in terms of gigs.
You understand?
Not like now.
You understand?
Because the house DJs were the ones paying the bag.
Yes, dog. Hip hop was tiny, and it was.
I think I once booked AK for $5,000.
You understand?
Imagine now.
That's why it says my DJ been down since the booking was 1,000.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and that's real.
Yeah.
So that was the same story for Cash Time, Fam, Kid X and Smashes. So we all got together and decided, Nota, you've been working behind the desk at Bada Bing, so you know the promoters. Let's get on the road. Let's hire a bus and just go around the country in December. We did that, dude. We lost so much money.
Wow.
I remember the van got repossessed in East London.
Wow.
That was the second last stop.
Yeah.
At Cape Town was the last stop. Then we were chilling at the rental company place.
Wow.
We're deciding, okay, you guys are gonna take the bus, and then we still need Yanga to shoot, so we need Yanga, we need Kwesta and then Nota. Then we're gonna drive a car because obviously we can't get another H1 at this time. We get to the rental place and they're like, H1. Oh, we've got one in the depot. Hey, it comes out, dog. It looks exactly like the one they just reported. That's how we rolled into Cape Town, dog. And let me tell you, that night we were performing at Loop, the club, right? We smashed the record for the year for the highest door takings. And I think they didn't even pay us. It was just a door deal, so we had a crazy percentage at the door.
Yeah.
Needless to say, We ended up spending the next 4 days in Cape Town, blew every penny,
Yeah.
came back home, broke as hell.
As you would.
Everybody had to go home and just...
Dude, man.
You know
it
what I'm
sounds
saying?
like it's been crazy for you, but at no single point throughout you telling your story, did you ever think like, fuck, man, this is not working. Joburg is fucked up. Let me just go back.
It was never an option. I think I always felt like it means too much to everybody else from Queenstown.
Yeah.
Like if I get this far, like where people, because I was like known in Queenstown for like being just in Slikour's video. Like that was like a big thing, right? So
This is before social media got big.
yeah,
Yeah.
when they see you on TV, they're like,
Hey,
"Yo,
you're a
you
superstar. You're making money."
and you're making money."
Yeah.
Dude, that's always been like a biggest vice of mine. Like to be so famous and so broke, it's
Yeah.
like crazy. But
Nothing worse than being famous and broke. Dude.
but I never considered going home because like I felt like if I couldn't make it work, like I feel like nobody else would try. You know, from where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know, so it was never an option. Like I did anything and everything to stay in Joburg, even then I had nothing.
All right, cool. So now, all right, so you're meeting all these hurdles. When does it pop for you, dude? When does shit start getting right?
It pops because when that tour we did with Kwesta and everyone,
Even though you lost money.
yes, every time we were back in Joburg, we'd go to studio, right? And Kwesta's like day one friends that convinced him to rap. They were like, oh, no way, stop this thing that you're doing. Take this rap thing seriously. And I was just I was like, you niggas don't know what it takes, man. You know, I've been in this game, you know. You know, you can't just make one joint and like, you know, it takes years of groundwork and I ain't even trying to do that. So I make a song with Maraza and Kid X and Cash, who's his DJ now. And Rich Mahog, who's here with me today. I sit him down and I tell him, because he stayed in the same building as AK. I sit him down and I tell him, yo, man, you know, I want to do this rap thing now.
Like for real now.
Dude fights me for like an hour and a half,
Yeah.
Tells me, nah, you know, you've been around rappers, you know, this thing is going to work, of videos, don't worry.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
pop.
understand. You think I haven't wanted to rap. You know, it looks nice and all that, you know, I'm like, all right, okay, cool. And I'm like, okay, you know what, you're right, bro, it's cool. But let me just play the song anyway.
Yeah.
I played this song. This man says, play, repeat. Is this you, Yanga? Is this you? Stop this song. What are you doing with this film, man? Wasting time.
Yeah,
what are you doing with this film? You know? And I'm like, yeah, I told you, you know. So, now I'm going home, like at night, walking home and like bumping this song. I'm like,
What song is that?
It's really so amazing. It's called Alumni.
Oh, okay.
And then the next morning I get a call from AKA. He says, yo, man, are you home? I'm like, yeah, I'm home. He's like, I'm downstairs. I'm like, how? You don't know where I live? No, Jabu told me.
Yeah.
I'm downstairs. Come out. Okay, I'll come out. Hey, you know, and his things were nice, dog. I mean, he's staying in a like penthouse out there nicely, you know, one man in a 2-bedroom, most expensive one, fully furnished. You know, pulling up in the Sirocco R. You know what I'm saying? Balling on the nigga. I'm like, hey, what's happening, though? He's like, bro, is this you? He plays the song. I'm like, yeah, that's me. He's like, no ways, dude. Let's go back to the crib. Let's get some booze and let's work, you know? Because at that time, he had been recording levels for a year. And then for the 6 months after that year, he hadn't been able to make any other song. Like, he
writer's block. Yeah.
can't finish the thing. So... yeah, we sat there, man, for weeks, just like smoking and rapping, came up with so many dope things. And then I went home the one time and he sent me this beat from Tweezy and I rapped like 64 bars on it. I came back and we deciphered and we got the hook for Run Josie. That's how we did it.
Oh, shit. And since then, you've never looked back, dog.
Yeah. So that's why Run Josie sounds like that, because at the time, like, Josie was punishing me, dude. Like, but I was feeling like, you know what? Like, if this is the challenge that Joburg is giving me, then I'm like standing up to it. And, you know, or me and my niggas, we're going to be fine. We're going to be all right.
Shit, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's how Run Josie came about.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, and that song's a classic. Let's be honest.
Huge, you know, and that's why, like, as soon as that song came out, immediately, like, when people saw that it wasn't KO on the hook, and the video is directed by this guy that is on the hook, and you don't understand the amount of pressure that came after that.
Yeah.
And you must imagine that I'm literally not an artist yet at the time. Like, I don't have a studio, I don't have a producer, I don't have a DJ, I don't have anywhere to call me for bookings. I don't have music out. Yeah. I've got nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and so like a lot of people will be like, come on, when are you? I felt like it was more important for me to just like go back into the studio and really like work on myself as an artist and find my sound first before going in and sitting in a boardroom where I'm going to be told who to be and what to say on songs.
Shit, man. Okay, let's get to the good things now. Let's get to the... All right, so now everything is looking good. Ryan Josie's out, money's coming through, you're getting bookings. You're out there in the club popping bottles. Ladies are feeling you now because they've seen you on TV. Yeah. How's the limelight like? Did it consume you at the time, or you like reckless with your money? You know, like the stories that we hear all the time.
Yeah, I think I've been guilty of all of those things. Look, with the ladies, I've always been like this.
Hey now. YangaChief. You know what it is.
You know, so it ain't nothing new to me, you know. But for real though, like you can ask about me. Ask those squatted cab niggas.
Used to lay it down.
I was hustling the older honeys. Play with me. But yeah, man, the money thing is serious because like I was like, you know, I don't even want to go home because when I go home in a bus. So I'm like, I ain't trying to go home in a bus. I'm gonna wait until I get my car, which is exactly what I did. Like the first time, like I got a car, like I could get a car, and I got a car that I wanted. Like I got myself a Beamer with the red seats. I was not playing, you know. So I pulled up in Queenstown. You know, like me and my brother have this tradition, like when he bought his car, like, you know, he called me and we drove down. We didn't tell your lady. And we just called, like, when we pulled up outside, like, no, come outside, you know. And she's like, what's going on? Whose car is this? Yeah. Like, yeah, it's this nigga's car. Yeah, nice. So I did the exact same thing. I pulled up to the crib, and then we went to my grandmother's place, you know. I mean, my mom, like, all of a sudden she couldn't drive. And I needed to pick her up everywhere, you know. So
that must have been a good feeling.
That was one of the biggest highlights of my career so far, because we never really had a car. The only person that had a car in my family was my dad, and since he passed, like nobody's ever even come close to buying a car. Even my mom having a car is like a really dope thing.
Dude, I'm sure your mom's so proud of you, dude.
Yeah, man, I hope so.
Fucking hell. Okay, so now, like, don't you get consumed by the limelight, dude, and start, like, not focusing on the music? Or are you still grounded and you know what you had to do because of the foundation that, you know, your Slickers, your Sugar Smacks laid on you, you know?
Well, I'm not a really social guy. Like, I'm not, like, really out there, like, on the phone. Even the homies that I have, like, they'll tell you, like, I'm not calling them every day, dude. You know, like, I call you, like, we hang out, like, once a month or maybe twice a month or whatever the case is. But it's not a day-to-day thing. And so, like, I'm always in studio by default. So I guess that's what helps me, like, not completely lose it. But in terms of the spending of the money, I've never been good with spending money.
Yes,
anyway, you know. So I try and like do all the right things, but you know, sometimes the money isn't coming in as fast as you're trying to spend it. You know. So what I did was, like, when I started, I tried to build like a big team around me. You know, I had like a videographer guy, which I still do. I had like a DJ. I had like a roadie. I had like another dude just rolls my weed. I had another dude he was just good at like watching the liquor doesn't get stolen off the table. You know, like, and these people are kind of like friends, but I actually realized, like, from the OGs, actually, like, when you reach like your cap in the game, like your peak, and then like you like on a plateau and you're just going like this, you start cutting off a lot of the excess, right? And then the only way you can still like completely keep winning is just by having this one trusted guy who does more than one thing, which means that you can pay him more and he's happier to be around you and he's more like into it and he sticks around and he's loyal and he's true to you. So I decided, okay, I need to start doing that now before we hit this peak, you know, because I really don't need niggas to help me spend this money.
100%.
I just need niggas to help me make this money.
Yeah, get
you
the
know
break,
what I mean? Yeah, so
shit, man, I like that, man. You know, You remind me a lot of myself because yes, you are like there in the limelight, but you're not there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're there, but you're not there.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you can go to the shops and people would like make a fuss, you know?
Yeah.
But
and like niggas know who you are though.
You know what I'm saying?
You're like, yo, YangaChief, what up? Tweet. Simple.
Tell me about the videos, dog. I heard you guys, especially rappers.
Yeah.
You guys chow mad honeys at videos. Like after when the video's done, shit goes down.
Yeah, they do.
How true is that, dog? Because I've never seen a hip hop video, a rap video.
They do, man.
Yeah.
They do. When I say they, I mean them.
Yeah. Tell me about the craziest video you ever saw. Like where you're like, wow, this is a lot.
Look, it was worse back in the day, man, with the squatter camp niggas, you know, it's just some very explicit stuff, you know, like, because then it was like, you know, like now, right? The hottest girl on set, you know, like it's either as soon as you say cut, she's either getting picked up by her mom or her boyfriend, you know. So,
Uber.
Yeah, you understand?
Uber fuck your niggas up, eh?
So it's tricky. But back then, like, there literally used to be like music video after parties, like we're going to this house or we're going to this hotel and pull up with all those girls. Hey man, I don't really remember those parties, you know what I'm saying?
What did you fight me out that though? What did you fight me, bro?
I don't really remember. I was, and also like, just remember, I was still like a youngin'. I was like a fly on the wall most of the time, you know? Yeah. It's just that, you know, I was, you know, I guess I looked appealing to these honeys. So even though I had a lot of first time things on set, you know, I had a lot of first time things on set.
All right, so what do you think about the game now? Because what I love about your story, through all the hardships, I feel like it made you who the artist you are right now, right? I don't mean to get too serious, but how do you feel about artists now because of social media? Like they just drop one track via WhatsApp or whatever, and then within a day, you know, they reach Nasty C status, you know? But they didn't go through, you know, traveling to Cape Town, and having to, you know, literally sell yourself. Yeah, you know.
Well, I think those are things that you can't avoid, whether you make it with one song or not. You still have to go through that. I think Nasty will tell you himself that, you know, the experiences that he's had since becoming Nasty C, like those are like crazy experiences, but also like.
Because what I'm saying, you've been in the game for so long, so it's been a journey. Yeah. And then as you look, I'll use Nasty C as an example. It was like an overnight you know, thing. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Was it really? Because, you know, the homeboy started rapping before he was 10, you know, and like consistently at it, you know, like if I never did like the videography and film stuff and whatever, like I probably would have seemed like an overnight dude too, you know, but that would only be because like the amount of time I've put into my craft or because of my 10,000 hours. Nasty C has 10,000 hours. So does MT. You know, it's just that we only found out about them when we found out about them, you know. With the difference with me is that I got my cosign or my feature like first, and then it was like, okay, where's your song? Yeah, well, and then I had to go and do my 10,000 hours. Maybe I was like on a 8.9 or like, you know. So then I had to go finish my 10,000 hours so that like you can hear it in the music. So with Nasty, you can hear it in the music, you know, even though you know there's no ways this nigga has been through half the shit I've been through 100%. On the road. But I mean, the shit that I've been through on the road, I'm like, it's a story to tell in my music, right? He's been through shit in his life. Yeah, that's why like
his own story.
That's why like people would say like he sounds so mature and grown and whatever. He went through shit with his dad. He lost his mom, you know. So those things have happened to him already. You know, he's coming out and he's just trying to talk about it. You know, and for some people like they have both parents until they're like 30. You know, and then like hits them. Oh damn, you know, this is what a loss feels like, or whatever the case is. You know, so I really don't believe in any overnight success stories. I've never heard of them, and those that I have heard, I've already forgotten who that is. You know, because that does not last.
Yeah, it doesn't last. Exactly. And then, you know, Nasty has made sure that it's lasted because it's authentic, you know.
100%.
And then where do you think, how do you feel about the game where it's at now in terms of hip hop in general?
I like what the kids are doing, but let me touch on like my group. Like, you know, we've managed to achieve something really great, man, in terms of like just like navigating through the business of music. You know, I think we've done that way better than the previous generation.
Which is very important.
Yeah, and ownership of our music and ourselves has been very like a key thing, you know. And what I think the kids are doing really great is focusing on just the branding of an artist, of themselves, you know, and who they are and who they're speaking to, and also just paying attention to their core market, not just like South Africa as a whole, which I feel sometimes tends to get lost, especially with us, like in our age group. Like our music, like once we hit something that touches the whole country, like that's who we become. And I'm not sure if that's the best way to be, you know. I still can relate to, like, even though like, okay, trap is not like a South African sound or whatever, but I relate to being that kid where you'd just be chilling in a room and just making this music. For me and my friends, it was Kwaito, like Kwaito beats and rapping on that, you know. But these kids, you know, they're doing the trap way, and they're really doing well in terms of just like keeping it to themselves and building themselves as they grow. It's like most of their fans are like haven't been born, or you know, like they, you know, like they've got the future capital, you know, and we're like, we've got more fans because, you know, these dudes, they know us, they've been around and they're older, and so but like they've got less fans because maybe like it's just still the kids, and the kids don't have that much influence in terms of making their own events. But as soon as they make the events, these young artists, then you start seeing the numbers that they actually have, that okay, these numbers are actually quite crazy, you know. So we still like really riding on the once a year type of gig. Like we're trying to do like tours, and like, okay, not necessarily tours, but like stadiums and like a big, you know, moment big, you know, and trying to make as much from that as possible and do it again next year, you know, the whole annual thing. These kids are literally just going from like month to month, or like, you know, every 3 months, okay, the show's coming, this show's coming, okay, so and so has got a venue there, okay, let's do that, you know. And I think that's really positive, and because these the fan base really just pulls up, you know. And that's like really dope. I wish like our fan base was more proactive in that. And where I think like we're kind of like we're always gonna lose is like on Twitter and stuff, bro. There's like the kids are tweeting 24/7. I know my fan base probably tweets like from 5 to like 9, and then go to work from like 9 to 5
because they got shit to do.
You know, they got bills to pay. You know, and they got to take care of the people.
Fuck, dude, this interview was only meant to be about 40 minutes, 30 minutes. But listen, you just touched on something that I really want to get into and dissect. So just give me a second. Let me just pause this here, and then we're gonna start again.